Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. The Vols have landed a commitment in the transfer portal from a familiar face. Former Alabama wide receiver Amari Jefferson has made it official. He has committed to Tennessee, adds some depth, adds a body to a wide receiver room where his body is desperately needed. 6 foot, 197-pound wide receiver, again, played at Alabama. Did not play any in 2024. In fact, he had a minor hip surgery late in the year, but according to VolQuest, he is going to be good to go, ready to go for spring camp, which is big. That's what we need. These wide receivers that are coming in, a new room, right? An overhaul, similar to the secondary last year. These guys need to get in the room for spring camp, get geared up, get ready to go, learn this offense because they are going to be relied on in 2025. But again, a familiar face. He was a four-star prospect coming out of high school, named Tennessee's D2 3A Mr. Football, amassing 1,401 yards and 20 touchdowns on 74 receptions in 2023. Again, heavily recruited by Tennessee out of high school. At one point was committed to Tony Vitello and this Tennessee baseball team back on June the 21st of 2021. Tennessee deep in it for his football commitment. Ultimately, he commits to Nick Saban, stuck it out, decided to play his freshman year under Colin DeBoer. But this was part of it, man. When he entered the portal, the quote said, "Just the Nick Saban staff. I was really close with them. With them leaving, I really thought getting in the portal was the best thing for me." Now, again, he didn't play any football at Alabama in 2024, so we're going to go back to his scouting report coming out of high school. And by the way, Coach Jay did a film breakdown on him. So if you go to the Breaking Down the Film with Coach Jay playlist on this YouTube channel, you can go back, scroll back, find Amari Jefferson, and Coach Jay will break it down for you. But On Three says he's a do-it-all receiver who excels after the catch, measured in a shade over 5'11", north of 210 pounds prior to his senior season, has average length, built like a running back, a high-volume target while playing in a competitive private school league, caught 72 passes for 1,370 yards and 17 touchdowns as a junior, lines up all over the formation, does much of his damage with the ball in his hands, becomes a running back after the catch, runs with tempo and understands angles, has the lateral agility and shake to make defenders miss in space, sticks his foot in the ground, gets upfield quickly after the catch, has the ready-made build to run through arm tackles. Dangerous on speed sweeps, would have the capability of motioning into the backfield and taking carries. Keep that in mind here in just a minute. Shows the ability to track the ball over his shoulder, has solid routes, but should continue to improve in that regard over time. Has good play speed after the catch, but does not project as a deep separator relative to many other sub-6-foot receivers. Does not have verified athletic markers. Projects as a reliable short area and intermediate target. Do we need to see some of that in 2025? Projects as a reliable short area and intermediate target. I mean, we go quick to the sidelines or deep down the field. Could we maybe use somebody in short area and intermediate yardage? Could play a number of spots, but looks to be the best fit in the slot. May also have a skill set ideal for returning punts. So we've got the commitment from Amari Jefferson, another body in that wide receiver room. What does that wide receiver room look like in 2025? What about that intermediate range? Man, there is some interesting stuff worth breaking down when it comes to the wide receiver room. We're going to talk about that real quick. I just need you to do that YouTube stuff for me. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. Quick, free, easy, and it helps his channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new here, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not reporters. We don't pretend to be any of that stuff. What we are is the same thing as you. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Right now, live every Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We play EA Sports College Football 25. But we talk all things Tennessee football. It's always a good time. Come check it out. Going to drop in some, random live streams as well, whether it's Wednesday nights, Sunday nights. Make sure you're dialed in, subscribed, all that good stuff, and we'll get into it. But I want to talk about Mike Matthews returning, right? Because that's what kind of started this thing. One of the questions that we've looked at is this offense in 23, this offense in 24 has not been the same as 2022. And something that we've regularly talked about is Josh Heupel willing to change? Is Josh Heupel willing to look himself in the mirror and say, I need to adapt what I do? Now, Austin Price over at VolQuest posted in the general's quarters on the message board after Mike Matthews confirmed he was coming back. And he said that, that AB had talked to the family and it felt like they never really wanted to leave Tennessee. Said once he announced his intentions to hit the portal, He got the extended time frame because of the holidays, the university being closed, and Mike Matthews wanted to make sure he was making the right decision. Said there was uncertainty with Nico and the portal and tampering and everything that was going on. But this is what I really liked from AP's update. He said it was about the offense, right? What are they going to do to adjust in 2025 to look more dynamic in the passing game? Now, when we rattle off the stats from 2024 and where Tennessee sits nationally in scoring offense, total offense, rushing offense, the one place they struggled was passing offense. I'm not breaking news to you guys. You guys know that. So that's one of the things that when Mike Matthews was debating the portal, he wanted to sit down with his staff and he wanted to have a conversation to see what's going to make this passing game more dynamic in 2025. AB goes on to say Mike's visit in 2022 for the Alabama game and seeing Jalen Hyatt go up and down the field is what made Tennessee the spot for him. They got the answers they were looking for, and thus you have the decision we see today. Heupel's got to make changes. We know that. We've talked about that. They've got to get back to that creativity. And I don't care who you want to blame. You can say it's because Alex Golesh left. You can blame it on Joey Halzle. You can blame it on Josh Heupel. I don't care. You can blame it on whoever you want to blame it on. The bottom line is we have to get back to that creativity. So we saw Mike Matthews meets with the staff. He got the answers he was looking for. Also, Nico met with this staff. He got the answers he was looking for. That excites me for 2025. But now we get the commitment from Amari Jefferson. What does this wide receiver room look like in 2025? And I love this picture that's floating all over Twitter because this right here is part of what our offensive wide receiver room is going to look like. You've got Amari Jefferson with Boo Carter and with Mike Matthews. And I love seeing that picture resurface because that was from Amari Jefferson's recruitment. That excites me. And I get it. Some of the questions that are coming my way is, well, this wide receiver room is going to be unproven, right? It's unproven. Wide receivers in 2025, they're unproven, Boogie. And I get it. Chris Brazzell, 29 catches, 333 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Braylon Staley only played in 2 games in 2024, 3 catches for 21 yards. Mike Matthews, 7 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amari Jefferson didn't play a single snap of football in 2024. You're right. You got me. They're unproven. But guess what? If you want to freak out and you want to panic and you want to melt down over the guys that left this wide receiver room, outside of Squirrel White, name one guy that was productive in this offense. Yeah, Squirrel White had a good year in 2023. Had 67 catches, 803 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Stayed hurt most of 2024. Ended the year with 34 catches, 381 yards. And I admire the toughness from Squirrel White. Like, Squirrel White wanted to play, and I admire that. But he didn't have a very good year in 2024. You worried about Chaz Nimrod hitting the portal? In 2 seasons at Tennessee, he had 29 catches, 315 yards, and a touchdown. Caleb Webb, 2 seasons, 22 catches, 214 yards, and a touchdown. Nathan Laycock has 1 reception in his career. Nate Spillman, no stats registered. So are you worried about those guys leaving? And I get it. It's going to be all fresh faces. And something that we've regularly talked about with this wide receiver room, it seems to take them a year to grasp the offense. So that is a concern for me. But this wide receiver room was going to be unproven, whether it was the guys that have hit the portal or whether it's the mass overhaul and the new guys coming in. It's unproven outside of maybe even Chris Brazzell, who only has 29 catches for 333 yards in 2024. But I'm excited about the athleticism. I'm excited about some fresh blood. It's exactly what we saw with the secondary last year. And we got the same questions when we saw the mass exodus. We were in panic mode. What are we going to do? Nobody's here. And then what did Josh Heupel? What did Tim Banks? What did this coaching staff do? They went into the portal. They upgraded athleticism. They upgraded speed. Are we seeing that with the wide receiver room in 2025? Amari Jefferson makes it official. He has committed to Tennessee. We're going to continue to follow it, see some of these other targets out there. Who else does Tennessee add to this wide receiver room? Who else do they add maybe to the defensive line, the offensive line? Some of those positions of need. Will continue to track it and keep you guys up to date. As always, help me out. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. I would greatly appreciate it. You can go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link is also in the description below. If you like what we do, want to really support this channel, hit that join button down there. We're rolling into the off season. That's when things get tight. That's when we really need your support. We talk about for the fans, by the fans. It is also fan funded. If you like what we do, hit that join button. You can join the channel for just $1 a month. We would greatly appreciate that support. You get custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. The link is in the description to do that as well. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.